No, man, I'm not doing a song cover this time. This asshole doesn't deserve it. Okay, so apparently you guys think I'm an episode reviewer or, God forbid, an analyst now. Yeah, EQD puts me in their review posts, so it must be true, right? Oh, God, yes, that gets me so many views. Oh, you keep doing that. I just wanted to make fun, irreverent pony videos, but no, you had to take everything so goddamn seriously and it dragged me down to your level. Look, I'm not qualified to analyze anything. You're talking to a guy who thinks that beer is a food group and that morphine is an acceptable cold medicine. I'm not even mentally competent enough to drive a car 75% of the time, and the other 35%, I'm asleep. But hey, I just realized something. You're on YouTube looking for videos of full-grown adults reviewing a little girl's cartoon about magical talking ponies that you probably also masturbate to. You're at least as fucked up as me. So hey, you want some analysis? Challenge accepted. Gather around, kiddies, because your Uncle DWK is gonna give you so much analysis that you'll be walking funny for a week. Specifically, I'm gonna drill you about why I don't like Discord. Now, if you've listened to my drunken rambling videos, and if you haven't, don't, then you may have surmised that I have a certain fondness for those characters in this show who have seen the error of their ways. At this point, we've got no shortage of antagonists who have turned over a new leaf, but if we're just talking about full-on villains, then we've had three major reformations: Shimmy, Glimmy, and Discord. So, I am a massive fan of the Equestria Girls franchise, and there are a lot of reasons why, but if you asked me to pick one, I wouldn't hesitate for a second to point you towards Sunset Shimmer. Shimmy is unequivocally our best case scenario when talking about a reformed character. Now, I could ramble on forever about Sunset, and I already have, so I will make this as concise as possible. Not only does Shimmy admit that she's wrong at the end of EQG, over the course of the next two movies, she redeems herself. If helping to defeat the sirens at the end of Rainbow Rocks wasn't enough, Friendship Game sees our former flaming succubus transformed into a fucking friendship seraphim. She is more than just a convert to the magic of friendship, she has become a full-on master of it, and has taken on the task of guiding lost souls, like our dear Saitwai here, down the same path. Then there's Glimmy. She and Sunset are pretty similar, not in their goals or even their methods, but in their end results. They both fucked up really bad, hurt a lot of people, and ended up feeling awful about it. They're both actively working to atone for past actions, and the only real difference between these two is that Glims hasn't had her time yet. Whereas Sunset's had these big moments where her efforts towards good have blown anything bad she ever did completely out of the water, Glimmy hasn't quite hit her stride like that. She's definitely working for it, she's made some big steps, and I wouldn't be surprised if she got that badass moment in the season 6 finale. But right now, she's reformed and on her way to the big redemption. I think you can tell that these two get my metaphorical dick rock fucking hard, so why is it that when we get to Discord, our third major reformed villain, I just gotta roll my eyes and wait for the next episode? The answer is really easy. Discord is a fucking asshole. I won't in any way deny that he was fantastic as a legitimate bad guy, or that he was interesting back in Keep Calm and Flutter On when his relationship with Fluttershy was developing, and I know that John Delancey's voice gets all you ladies slick in your nether regions. I mean, hey, I'm about as straight as a guy who's obsessed with MLP can be, and it gives me a half staff sometimes. Anyway, I had high hopes for Discord after season 3, but all I see when I look at this guy now is a lazy tool. Yeah, he's no longer actively trying to destroy the world, but he's just coasting. He's never attempted to make any kind of practical amends for his previous behavior like Glimmy has, and I think the idea of him completing a redemption arc like Sunset's is completely off the table at this point. But bro, you say, he's admitted to being a dick a couple times. In fact, he apologized in this episode. And I say, yeah, dude, that's great, but there's a difference between admitting you're a dick and actually not being one anymore. Discord is a lonely, insecure man-child who thinks he's the smartest smartest guy in the room and that he's the puppet master who's pulling all the strings. Until his transparent attempts at manipulating people backfire and he ends up sulking in a corner or forcing out apologies if he has to. He only feels bad when everyone finally gets so sick of his shit that the only choice is between fucking off or saying he's sorry. And that's exactly what he does to Spike and Big Mac in this episode. He acts like a smartass, throws a hissy fit because he literally can't handle the bants, and then he gets all pouty when they kick him out. Now the guys end up having a good time in the end, but it's not because Discord's changed. It just so happens that being a histrionic, controlling narcissist who can't do anything without causing drama makes him the most god-tier GM ever. At the very best, he's found a situation where his shitty personality is actually useful. Anyway, the reason I don't pop a boner for Discord like I do for these two is that he doesn't evolve. Shimmy and Glimmy's story arcs aren't just about reformation, but redemption. They're making the effort to scrape their way up out of the respective holes they dug and prove themselves to be good people. The only thing Discord wants to prove is that he's cooler and smarter than everyone else, and he fails at it every time. That kind of character doesn't interest me in the slightest because I spend enough of my life being a douchebag and I have no desire to watch someone else do it. I have no inherent problem with Discord, I just don't see him making any effort to be a nice guy, and like everyone else, I'm getting sick of his shit. I promise you that as soon as he takes a legitimate stab at self-improvement, I'll be sucking his dick just as hard as Sunset and Starlights. So there, I made an analytical video, and as you know, having just watched it, it was shit. It's not gonna happen again. We will return to our regularly scheduled nonsense next week, and if you don't like it, you can shim my glim glams.
None of you better look at me funny. You know my name down, give me my money.
Hey, hey,
Sing it.